Hello, guys. Welcome to 24/7 Lifestyle with me, Matty K. I have a fantastic treat with you today. Two of my favorite things is horse racing and music, and they've managed to combine the two. On Friday, the 13th of June, coming to Market Rasen Race Course is Scouting for Girls, and I can't be any more excited. And I have the absolute pleasure to speak to Roy Stride. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Roy Stride.
Hello, Matty. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm really
Yeah.
good, thanks.
First off, just want to ask how is yourself? How is your family, kids, etc.?
We're all really good. We are very good. Getting ready for we're working on an album at the moment, scouting a new album. We've just signed a new deal, which will be coming out at some point next year. So like the shows we're doing over the summer, we're gonna be recording during the week and then doing shows at the weekend. So it's gonna be really busy and really fun. So we should be like when it comes to Market Raisin, we should be on really good form.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's always hard to be away from family during like touring season.
Do you know what it is? It really is. And I was thinking this. I think my kids are now teenagers. They're 14 and 15. And so it's less hard now because they don't really care
Hmm.
about what I'm doing. But I realize now that the golden age with kids is like 7 to 12, because that's when they can dress themselves and they can go to the toilet themselves. And they're like really interesting and they love you and they're just up for doing anything with you. And think I don't have any regrets, but if I was going to give any advice, I would be like, take as much time off as you can or spend as much time with your kids between the age of 7 to 12. Don't worry about your career. Don't worry about earning money. Just spend that time because after that time, you can work as much as you like because they definitely worked too hard then. And it is always hard, but I'm not, I don't complain. We love doing what we do. And we're very lucky to do it and we take it very seriously and we have a lot of fun doing it as well.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, you've been doing it for a number of years now. What is this? Can this tour? Are we people expecting anything a little bit different? Some of your music, etc.
Well, for over this summer with Market Raisin, we like the race course gigs they really are like it's like they're sort of the crowd. It's like it's like turning that crowd up to 11. By the time you come on, because they've spent all day watching the races, having a few drinks, having a really good time with their friends, so they're already bubbling away. It's like the saucepan's already simmering by the time you come on stage. And like our job there is just to like get the whole pot to bubble over. And so they're always it's a really fun crowd to play to. And we make the set list. We put all our big hits in there. We don't. It's not like we try and do anything complicated. We do some covers. We just have a really good time. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Market Raisin.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I have had the pleasure to go for the racing. I've never been to a gig with at the end of racing. Can you tell who's won during the day? Who's won big and who's maybe not?
I will know because I think both ways. Some people are there celebrating, and some people are there trying to forget. So it's we offer a solution at the end of the show to both people. But I think with racing as well, like we also have lots of people who come who've never been to the races before. That's the great thing about these things is you'll end up bringing people like there'll be some people like yourself who love racing and be like, oh, there's a gig. That's quite interesting. There'll be lots of people who are going, oh my God, I want to go and see scouting because I don't think we're playing in Lincolnshire for this. I think it's the only time this summer that we're playing. And having looked, I don't think it's on the tour list for next year either. So we won't be coming back for a couple of years. So there'll be lots of people who come for the music and they'll be there like, what is the racing? And like, I remember when we first played, the first time I went to a race course was about 10, 12 years ago when we played. And if you've never been before, you're like, it's incredible. Like, it's an incredible experience because, you know, just to see the horses racing is amazing. The big party atmosphere, and especially if it's a beautiful day, it's about as good as it gets. It's like the poshest festival in the world. So it's such a great experience. So you've got different people who are there for the racing, people who are there for the music, and people who have just come along, for a great day out.
Yeah, so is it typically different to like an arena gig? Obviously, like you said, people are a bit more maybe excited because they spent the full day. They've probably had a few drinks by that time. You come on stage and stuff. Is it different atmosphere?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's a real party atmosphere. It's like doing a like a New Year's Eve party
Mm.
almost. You know, people are there and like they're already excited. They've already had a good day. So yeah, they're always a laugh. And it's all, you know, I actually really like the races as well. And we like Pete, our drummer, he's always like he's got a few friends, so he's always comes in with a number of tips which never work. And then out of somewhere he'll have this tip which he hasn't like by this point we'll have ignored him. You know, we'll have lost a few races and then one of his tips will just come big, and he always leaves up. Like I think it's quite funny because uh, with our crew who come along with us, you know, doing the front of house and the sound, you know, there'll always be one guy who ends up working for free because he's lost all his money, and there'll be another guy who's like earned three times more money on the horses than he's done on the actual gig. So yeah.
So did you say you're there for the full day, are you? From the morning to you, like obviously you're there throughout the full day racing, then you're on stage on the night.
I think so. I'm not quite sure at the moment. It's a bit far away for me to have had the full schedule from our tour manager, but sometimes we are there for the whole day,
Yeah.
which is a real joy.
Yeah, I can assume that can be a bit taxing sometimes, though. You bit, or does it get your energy levels back up by the time you get onto stage?
I didn't I think I don't drink anymore. So that would have been like a problem maybe before. You could have too much of a good time. I never would be because you know I never used to drink before a gig anyway, but I do there's an energy when you go on stage in front of 5,000 people. There's an energy there. It's more about, yeah, you can't, you know, it just comes. As soon as you walk on stage, you're like, it doesn't matter even if, how many times you played those songs before. When you get up there and because every crowd is different, every stage is different, you know, it's never the same. And yeah, it's always such a buzz that, yeah, it's always exciting.
Yeah, so obviously we've got this the big day Market Raising. You've touched on it a little bit about a tour next year. I've got to ask, any
Yeah.
chance of a Hull date coming up? Have you performed in Hull before?
Yeah, we played Hole on the last tour. We played the town hall, the civic hall. Uh, when I one of the jobs, like it took us 10 years to get a record deal after we left school. So we had a number of part-time jobs. And one of my part-time jobs, I was produce manager for Iceland, not the country, the supermarket. And I had a my manager at the time became a really, really good friend. And I'm still like really close friends with him. And he was from Hull. He came down to London to work and then went back to Hull. So whenever I come and play Hull, we have to come and play because Brian, my mate Brian, will come along and he was amazing supporter right from the start. He was like, "You boys have got it. You've got to get this record deal." You know, and this was like 10 years before we got a record deal. He was always our number one supporter, gave us time off, was always there at every show when we were playing to like five people. So when we played Whole City Hall, because we've done like the university and we've done what other venues are there at Hull? What's
You've
the
got the Hull Uni, you've got the City Hall. We've recently just got the Hull. It's called Connexon Live Stadium Arena, sorry, which is like a 2,000 seater stadium.
oh really? Oh, well, we haven't. That's next on the list.
It's quite a big venue. It's a lovely venue. We've had like loads of big names and stuff have been there, but yeah, it's
No,
used
I've
to be called
seen it.
Bonus Arena.
Yeah, I when I got I was really fit on the last tour, so every time I arrived somewhere, I'd get out the tour bus and go for a run, and I'll run around the city. And this, so I went for a wander around Hull, and then Brian met me, and he took me to his favorite places in Hull. Like, so we went to this old pub where the English Revolution started down this side street. He's like the most proud Hulvonian. Is that what it
Mhm.
is?
A
Yeah.
Hullarian, I think.
Hilarion, yeah. So he dragged me and Pete around various historical places around Hull, and I think, and we dedicated a song to him as well. So is Zebedee's Yard in Hull?
Ebony's Yard. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, we played Zebedee's Yard as well. We've been all over Hull. I can't believe you missed us, Matty. There's no Hull dates coming up though, sadly. I think for a while. So which does make it because that it really was a great show when we played the City Hall. It was so magic. It was you know, just because we have, you know, because I've got friends there as well in Hull, it was a really special day.
No, but I mean, I love Lincoln myself, but I'm definitely coming down to Market Raisins. It's 2 days before my birthday, so well, It's a little birthday
I
treat
know,
for
mate.
myself. So I'll be coming down and watching you. One things that we love to touch on 24/7 lifestyle is mental health.
Yeah.
And obviously, like we want everybody to have really good mental health and stuff. How do you think music and being on stage and going to these live events can really benefit somebody's mental health?
I saw a study recently that said that live music was, it was up there as one of the best things you can do for mental health. It was up there with like yoga in terms of the benefits that live music has. And I really think that live music is, in a time where we're all separate all the time and we're very much stuck on screens, that the ability to come together as a family or as a group of friends and do something together is really magic. And that's kind of, I was saying in an interview recently that a lot of our show is about getting the audience involved. We kind of say that the audience is the fifth member, and it's very much like a communal thing. It's like a big sing along, and it's about the power of singing, I think, has been proven how amazing it is for, how you feel, the endorphins it releases, and to sing along and do that with people who you love. It's like the most incredible thing. That's why churches existed for thousands of years, because people would come together on a Sunday and sing songs together. And that's why, because it's a natural primal thing in us to do that. And so it really is, I think, getting to gigs, I don't think anybody's ever gone to a gig. Even sometimes well, you obviously travel around the country, even when you schlep around the country, and even if you see a band who aren't as good as you think they are going to be, you never walk out of that room feeling worse than you walked in. You always come out feeling amazing, and I think it's I think that's one of the reasons why gig tickets seem to be getting more and more expensive, is because it becomes, as people are trying to look for ways, people are going less to the pub, they're staying more at home. So when they do want to go out, they want to go to these experiences where they know it's going to take them out of themselves and, you know, get them to do something with their people and off their phones. And uh, I think it's a really beautiful thing. I think it's really proven to be good for mental health.
Yeah, you're definitely right, especially with the audience being like you said, the fifth member and getting them involved and stuff. One of my go-to karaoke songs is "She's So Lovely," so
Is
it's
it?
I've got
Oh,
a
mate.
I'll be there belting it out on Market Rasen. Probably
Oh,
I've lost a few hundred quid on a horse as well, but
if you're there on somebody's shoulders belting it out with your top off, throw it, your t-shirt and your arms, swinging it around your head, I'll be like, oh dear, Matty's had a bad one or a good one.
you've got a lot to live up to because the day before I'm off to go see Robbie Williams, so back to back, and you'll have a lot
Oh,
of competition.
do you know, I watched Better Man yesterday. Have you seen it?
I haven't. My sister's a massive fan. She's told me all about it, but I've never got to see it myself.
Oh, it was good. It's really good. It's really good. I mean, obviously, it touches on a huge amount of mental health problems, and it's quite. Yeah. He seemed. I'm so happy because he seems like in such a good place.
As you mentioned earlier as well about the ticket prices, I think the tickets are around about
Mm,
£36, I believe, for the Market Rasen one, which is incredibly reasonable. But yeah, you
exactly.
find your tickets on Market Rasen's website. I think there's a link on your website, to be honest, to find
Yeah,
tickets.
yeah. We put it up there, and also that gets you in for the racing
Yeah.
as well. Like it's a whole day. Like yeah, for the whole day racing. Come and see a band. It's a great.
One will certainly be there, as I'm sure a lot of the listeners will be as well. But yeah, Friday the 13th at Market Rasen. So come down, come see Scouting for Girls, and come see me with my top off swinging around my head.
I really
Perfect, mate.
enjoyed.
Thank you so much for your time today. Remember, Friday the 13th, a bizarre day to be on stage. You're very brave. So maybe stay off the
Yeah.
gambling. But yeah, Friday the 13th, Market Rasen, Scouting for Girls. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate, talking to you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers,
Thank
Matty.
you. Bye
See you
bye.
later. Take care.